Don't get your feelings hurt. Read this.
Welcome to Short Film Roundup.
This is it, Short Film Roundup. You made it.
You made it.
Welcome
All the way over
to
here.
Short Film Roundup, the only YouTube program produced in another dimension where neither time or space really exist in the sense that you would understand. We have been cursed to dwell here by the demon Payman to review short films eternally.
Yeah, for all eternity.
And today we're going to review a short film also.
Yes.
Short film.
As opposed to
Another.
last time where we
Yeah.
reviewed a short film.
Yeah, I'm never sure what to do during this
Like when
part
we, like-
of the
Yeah.
program.
Why don't we talk about-
It was a lot easier when I was
waiting
cursed.
for the envelope to come?
Let's talk about if you're a filmmaker and you want to submit a short film to us, you can.
Oh, yeah, that's
true.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
There's
we
a
we
form.
get this thing called payment mail at the beginning of episodes. And if you fill out the form, link right down here beneath us.
In the description.
You fill out that form, your short film will be sent to us via payment mail, and we can review it.
We actually have no choice but to review it.
Yeah.
We have to.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you got to learn to love things, right? And I've learned to love
Yeah.
reviewing short films for all eternity.
And
You
the filmmakers love it too.
Yeah.
We've been
usually.
read the comments
Actually,
of
always.
episodes we've done in the past.
Yeah.
The filmmakers have loved the experience, even when we are rather abrasive,
Like every time.
which is pretty much almost every time.
We're gonna have an episode of that. Some feedback episode.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
That'd be
idea.
nice. Yeah.
Wait. Our award show already happened.
Yep, just happened.
2 days ago. So this
But,
film will be the
but-
first one in consideration for the next award
Yes,
show.
this is the beginning of our new series 2.
Yeah.
And
so if you
The
subscribe,
2019 award season.
Yes.
if you subscribe and like this video, you will be able to see when our next award show is out.
Yeah, and by
Yeah.
you get to see what the best of
And
this
if you
year
want to
might
see
be.
the award show that we just aired a couple days ago and see some of the best stuff that we covered last year,
Yeah.
just click on this link that Dee's pointing at. There we go.
One of those.
Yep.
Yeah.
Click on that. Check out our award show. I'm tired of wasting time.
What the?
Did you just summon payment mail by saying I'm tired of wasting time?
Hey, Payman.
Pick up the pace, dude.
Pick up the pace, payment. Let's have
that
some.
was
Hey!
right on my lap. All right.
Thanks, big guy.
All right.
What we got?
Oh, I can't read this. Oh, payment mail.
He is pretentious. He is so pretentious.
We have I Bleed Woman by Zoe Rose. Who,
Hey, we have a repeat offender.
This is her second film on Short Film Roundup, and her first film, Ophi is Having a Hard Time Right Now, was the first winner of the Genuity Award
Yes.
at our award show.
Wow.
So we have an award-winning
filmmaker.
Filmmaker
Yep.
here. Short Film Roundup award winner.
We love repeat offenders.
Yes.
We've now had 5.
A
several.
bunch.
Yeah, we've had
lots.
many people give us more than one film.
It's really cool to see how people can grow.
Coops Neidecker
Yeah.
has 3 times.
Yeah.
he's been on a
3
bunch.
times.
3 times.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I challenge you to beat Coops to be the first short film producer to make it to the 10 short film graduation level. We will if we
running with that
cover
one.
10 short films and you take the abuse and advice from us 10 times, you will be a premier short film producer.
You'll transcend.
And we
Yeah.
will send you a certificate.
Says him.
Yeah, a real certificate.
We didn't-
You
we
will
didn't
have
vote on that.
graduated
We didn't vote on
the
this
short film roundup.
We didn't talk about this.
There's a small fee.
Let's go watch the movie.
Okay.
Link in the description. You got to go watch the movie, and then you got to come back. Sorry.
Did you get that thing out of your throat?
Yeah,
You good?
I'm fine.
Okay. So yeah, this is I Bleed Women.
Here it is. That was good.
Kenny.
Yes. I'll start. Okay.
Start.
So the place I feel I have to begin is with sound. It was hard for me to figure out at first what could possibly have made sound go so badly. We got some big sound problems in this film, and it makes it very distracting. So distracting that I almost feel like this would have been better if you had just dropped the sound entirely and gone silent film, and put up subtitles or something.
Subtitles.
But this sounds a mess, and that's unfortunate.
So it's noise removal is what we think
Right.
happened.
Well, yeah. Well, what I'm assuming is that your sound had some major problems, and you tried to fix it the best you could in post, and as a result, this sound is squashed.
Yeah. Not only that, but like the voices come down too.
Yeah.
A lot of times with noise removal, if it's anything more than just a little bit of noise in the background, you start getting what's the word?
Tinny?
Bleed.
Yeah, both of those things. The computer interpolates. There we go. The voice, and it doesn't sound good. It sounds really watery and
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah. I'm guessing you were trying to get rid of some loud room tone, probably a low room tone. I saw that air conditioning unit on the floor next to the bed. Maybe that was going or something. It might have been better to leave. I don't know. I'm curious to see what your audio sounded like beforehand.
Yeah.
Always a shame. Did you? I believe we talked about microphones with your last film.
Yeah.
It looked like there were microphones used in this one.
Yeah. So I'm just very curious. Tell us what happened with the mics. What happened with your sound? And now let's ignore that and get into the actual film here.
Sure.
This feels like an expressionist sort of piece, that there's some kind of symbolic meaning in here. We all kind of went in different ways as to what that was. D thought it had to do with suicide, and when he said that, I kind of went, oh yeah, maybe it does. And then I began to think maybe it's just completely surface level, because I'm like a dummy, misread the title completely. When I saw I Bleed Women, I believed the I to be the main character,
The
woman, somehow metaphorically bleeding women or womanhood or the feminine or something like that. Then I thought, oh, the I is the doctor. The doctor literally came in and bled a woman. Right?
Right.
That is
and she was like, thank you for your service. You know?
Right. And
but then there was these weird things thrown in, like the doctor's performance. So, like, the doctor seemed to be like, I'm here to do my job, and is very professional. But then later seemed like the doctor regretted what he did.
But then obviously, this is not a real job that a doctor does.
True. So what is the doctor? Is the doctor a subconscious creation? Is the doctor
like, why does he
figment
come
of
to your dorm
imagination?
room?
Right. Why does he come to your room and offer the service?
Yeah.
And did you purposely seek out the largest human being you could find? That man.
He looks pretty massive.
That man is huge.
Yeah, in a cool way.
Yeah. I'm like, whoa, that's a big guy.
I want to say the symbolism here that we kind of each picked up different kind of things on. I thought it was weird that we talk about her bleeding. We see a bunch of blood on the wall, and then we see that it's her neck that's been cut, and she's saying, I love it, in the mirror. Mm-hmm. And I'm not really sure what to get from that.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking if this was what I was thinking it's symbolizing, which is suicide, I don't really understand why the blood is all over the wall. I don't really understand.
Well, slitting throats is not a clean business.
Right. Well, why if it's suicide? If it's suicide, who would do this to kill themselves? That doesn't make much sense to me. So I don't get the symbolism here. So I could use some help with that.
Yeah, I think my thing with this movie is I wished that the tone was a little stronger. If it definitely kind of felt like it was just in a room. I didn't really get much of a dreamy vibe. I didn't get much of an otherworldly vibe. I don't know if that was what you were going for or not. There's obviously a lot of interpretation stuff here. But I wish there was more of that. I did too. I wish there was more. You don't even have to explain it, but I wish there was more for me to interpret.
Me too.
You know?
Too, yeah.
Oh, I just feel like I feel like you could have pushed a lot farther on all of the sort of motifs you're touching on here. And had a much stronger film. You didn't necessarily have to change a thing, especially because this clearly feels like a expressionist piece, so that means it can be what it needs to be.
You don't have to explain more.
You don't necessarily have to explain more, but boy, what if the whole wall of the shower was covered with blood instead of dabbed? What if we had some liquid latex on the throat to look like a cut had been made, and there was just blood, all down? What if we got a nice close-up?
That's where my mind went immediately. When she was in the mirror and she's like, I love it, like, I wanted to see, like, 10 different close-ups of her neck, of her face in, like, pure ecstasy over this
get into
thing,
those eyes.
That's how I went.
And how intense would it be if there were blood on her fingers as she's like touching her face, and we're getting very up and personal and close.
And maybe if we could build up the doctor as being more hesitant early on, so that way when she does go through with it, when the doctor does go through with it, you can feel that maybe a little bit more.
Yeah,
you feel that intensity.
I have a big maybe for all that.
Sure.
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't necessarily agree with any of that, but that's just from my perspective. I don't think any more intensity would have done any more good for me as a viewer. It would have been more intense, and that would have been interesting. I wouldn't have got it anymore. I wouldn't have read it anymore. It wouldn't have made any more sense to me.
Yeah, but you don't really like expressionist films.
I do like expressionist films.
Have we seen one that you liked?
The Third and the Seventh, my favorite.
Well, I think what you mean.
Yeah, what do I mean, Taylor?
Well, I think it's yes. Intensity does not equal better. It does not equal making this a better movie, because it does. This does it. You might not have wanted to make an intense movie, know, but I think that's just how I would have done it. When I saw that thing at the end, that's where my mind instantly leapt to, and I instantly wanted that, just as a personal taste thing. I think what it did need is more, what Kenny said, is more elaboration on the motifs. I needed more
stuff to read from.
Yes, I needed more little details, more clues, more. I wanted to know a little bit more about the doctor and what he does. I wanted to know all this stuff. Not necessarily explaining it.
Right.
But like maybe throw in a few more mysteries for us to
like
sit
if
in,
we saw his bag of tools or something.
Right. That would have been
stuff like that.
That would have been interesting. Or if she was hesitant, like if she was pacing the room when he came in or something like that.
Or maybe if we saw some another girl who went through it.
Yeah.
Also in the beginning.
Or if she was really, really excited the whole time. Like when you said there was not enough tone here, I do believe that was one of the problems, was that there was a straight poem being said here, but that poem didn't have any levels of emotion.
It was presented in monotone.
Right. Which
scrub forward just a little bit here.
Yeah.
Just a bit there. Stop. Here, and this sequence is where your visuals become the most interesting in the movie, because we actually get dynamic. We're switching back and forth, and we're actually looking into faces. This is so much more interesting than anything we've seen up to this point.
Yeah.
And so I'd really encourage trying to, one, bring the characters into your movie more by focusing on faces and doing this sort of if you had done this back and forth sort of interchange when the doctor was kneeling at the foot of the bed and they're filling out paperwork, it could have been a much more dynamic, interesting scene.
I like that shot a lot. The light there too.
I like the light too a lot.
Yeah, I would agree, Kenny.
Kenny likes human faces in his films.
I like human faces. I don't like hybrid faces.
Oh yeah,
werewolves, half giants,
and vampires.
No. Stay away.
Seriously,
I discriminate.
Animal
human
I don't
hybrids
see hybrids.
are the scum of the earth.
So
racist.
There was a shot that we kept coming.
My kids are not going to school with no animal human hybrids. I'll tell you that much. Now on with the keep going.
We kept coming back to this shot of the necklace.
Yeah,
and I
what
feel like
the necklace mean?
Yeah,
I'm just like this necklace means something. She's playing with it, and then it's in the bath. I don't know.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure what to get from that.
See, she has the hotel-style air conditioning unit that's on the floor.
Oh, so maybe that was running.
And those are hard to turn off, actually.
We had that problem.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so if it's just on and you can't get it off, and maybe you had a brrrr going throughout the background, and so you went, well, we could do a high pass and get rid of that sound, but then you're left with a bunch of voices that sound like squash trumpets.
So another thing was, what was the doctor doing when he came in right here? Was he just washing his hands?
Oh yeah, what was he getting set up?
Yeah.
Well, he came out and said it's ready, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We never see what's even when we're in the bathroom. We never see what's.
I
ready.
love the trash can full of bloody paper towels next
Yeah.
to the doctor.
That also made no sense to me.
But I wanted to know why.
Why he's doing this?
No, yeah, he looks like he's like horrified
Super
that
guilty.
he had
Right.
done this.
Right.
And but the thing was, he clearly showed up to do this,
Right.
you know, and he was very professional about it up to this point, and then
Yeah.
it just he sort of spiraled. So
So it seemed like there was two different personalities going on there.
yeah.
I like the idea of that mystery of like you're left wondering why is he so guilty over this, but I think it doesn't. I'm trying to figure out why it doesn't quite work for me. Like I like the idea that we don't see what he sets up and he comes out and it's like it's ready, and then we see him super guilty. But I don't know why.
Because we didn't see anything. I mean, I don't know what's keeping mysterious here. What's being kept mysterious?
Like all of it. Like why
Because-
is he guilty? That's mysterious.
Well,
you
when
know?
he got, we already saw what happened though. Was the thing, right? We saw there was blood there. We saw she said, "I like you."
Yeah.
So it had to be something that, right? Had to be something to do with that.
Well, it's mysterious because if he does this all the time,
Why is he?
why is he sad this time? That's
We
the
don't
mystery,
know that
right?
he does it all the time.
Okay.
We know that she knows someone else who had it done. Doesn't necessarily mean he did it.
But if we go by the I Bleed Women title as the doctor,
Yeah.
then he does it all the
So,
time.
but let's think about what does bleed woman mean, right? Because I was just thinking about this because bleeding could actually have two completely opposite meanings. To bleed someone can be
Which
a
is
negative.
literally what happened here.
Could be it could be I mean, figuratively, bleeding someone dry could be a negative thing, meaning you're depleting them of whatever.
Right.
Their spirit, their joy, their money, their time,
Yeah.
their life,
Yeah.
right? But you could also look at bleeding as a purification type of imagery, like the way one would be leached to purge oneself of bad blood, and so it could be either way.
Yeah. The way I read it was that this doctor wasn't a physical. He was a physical manifestation of an idea.
Yeah.
And the idea was that either it was suicide or it was self-inflicted harm that I felt like he was personified as. And so he comes in, he does it as opposed to her doing it herself. And then he's having regret here, and I assume it's because it's part of the brain that you're thinking, this is sad that you're doing it. The other part of the brain is her going, I love this.
Yeah, maybe it's not suicide, but
I like that.
self-inflicted cutting.
I was thinking
Whoa.
that too, but then why is it on the throat and not like where self-inflicted cuts usually are, which are on the arm?
Well, it's still symbolic at the same time.
It's still symbolic, yeah.
The throat suggests lethal.
Yeah,
I like your interpretation.
I do
Yeah.
too. But that's where the interpretation ends.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Need more.
So my first question is, if you're willing to tell us,
Yeah.
what are you trying to convey with I Bleed Women?
And if you're not willing to tell us, then don't.
Yep, that is the artist prerogative. That's
Yeah.
fine. Let's dig into other questions then.
Was it actually noise removal?
Yeah.
That-
So tell us
Yeah.
about the sound problems.
Were you using
commiserate.
microphones
We
or-
totally commiserate.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've heard our disclaimer.
I only have encouragement to give. I want to see more movies from you.
It's not a
Yeah.
question.
Because
Well,
We'll have our
we've all
encouragement.
agreed immediately after seeing this that the one thing this film is not, and a lot of artsy, symbolism-rich movies tend to be pretentious.
yeah,
And this
They're
was
sort of
not,
like very
right?
Yeah.
self-centered, and this feels very genuine.
Yeah, we want
This is another genuity film.
This is
Yes.
genuity is opposite from pretension.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is genuity.
Yeah, you are living up to your reputation as the Genuity Award winner.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I never
This feels
get the-
very
yeah.
real.
I never get the impression that the movies you make are trying to impress anybody.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah,
I love that.
I kind of feel that way for some of the films that we've covered. I do feel like this is a very filmmaking
Well, there's so
movie.
much ego tied up in
Yeah.
filmmaking.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the sort of crappiest things about this
Yeah.
art form is that everyone believes themselves to be an expert in what a good movie looks like.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Which puts a kind of pressure on everyone to try to make a movie that impresses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is why so many filmmakers are like, oh, my work sucks. You know.
Yeah.
You know, they always carry that around like it's like a badge of honor.
Yeah.
That's like the result of that
Right.
world. So this feels just true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's refreshing in that regard.
Yeah.
And that makes
As
this
refreshing as letting out a good pint or two of blood in the
Yeah.
body. It just
I just love it. Oh,
good.
love it. It's great.
What a release.
Yeah, as we've said before, like even with the sound issues or any kind of camera issues or lighting issues, they take a back seat to the genuity that's in here. So, congratulations.
I'd really like to see you make a piece that is purely visual.
Yeah.
Me too.
Um,
Yeah.
That doesn't need to be any longer than this, but a piece where just get sound out of the way so
Yeah.
you don't have to mess with it, and do what is clearly your strong point, which is visual storytelling and visual symbolism.
Yeah, and it seems like poems are your thing. I mean,
You're very poetic, yes.
Tone poems are what we've. What's some that we've seen in the past? There was
We just covered
Love
one
Undone.
called Love Undone.
Yeah. If you check that one out, that's a visual tone poem, and I really think you would do really well at that. So
There was another one called Another Year.
Another year was.
Whoa,
another-
that's
yeah.
an old one.
Yeah,
that
that
was
was,
like one of the first ones we've
That
done.
was in like episode
Yeah,
2.
that had dialogue in it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had a narration.
Yeah.
It had a narration. So did Love Undone.
And Devoid. If you mute it, then it's great.
Watch Devoid and mute it.
Yes.
Because the narration takes away from
Yeah.
the movie.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Try a visual, straight visual.
Yeah.
Also, I would highly recommend watching a documentary called Samsara,
Ooh.
which is one
Those
of,
two guys have seen it.
Actually, I saw. No, yeah, I saw Samsara. Yeah.
That's one we watched together.
Yeah.
Then the other one
Baraka.
is called Baraka. Same filmmaker, Robert Frick, I
Something
think
like
is his
that.
name. Incredible visual tone poem, but documentary.
It's a documentary that doesn't have interviews in it. You know,
Yeah.
like it's just
Or any
documenting.
exposition.
Yeah, it's
It's just-
all visual, documenting scenery and cultural events happening in the world in a very it's like it lets you step outside of humanity and view humanity in almost an kind of objective
Yeah.
viewpoint, which is really
Super
surreal. And
Yeah,
kind of
every
beautiful.
time I've watched one of his films, it just like really inspired me to go do something like that.
Yeah.
It's
I gotta go
very
watch it now.
cool. You do. You really do. Okay. Well,
Well, thank you, Zoe.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Zoe, thank you once again. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, we're looking out for your next movie.
Yep,
We're waiting
you're,
for it.
You're still one behind Coops.
Yeah, you gotta
so
keep up.
I want you to get to that 10. Get to the 10.
Get to the 10.
The race is on.
So I like that we're back into this kind of rhythm of doing one film after another with the payment mail and stuff. But I really do think we should try getting back to our studio in Orangeville.
Well,
How do we get out of here?
Well, I mean, there's no.
I really want to try to get a plan going.
I'm kind of feel like
I've entirely given up.
Well, I have these plans. That
I've
written
looked
out.
all over this place.
I found another pool.
There's
No, it's a
two
very,
pools
very
here.
deep pool.
So if we swim
goes
to the
very
bottom
deep.
of the pool,
I'm wondering if we go to the bottom.
are you a good swimmer?
I'm pretty good.
Okay.
So
At the bottom, you
Yeah.
think there's
Last
something
time
down
I jumped in a pool, I was hardly punished.
That one-
I was harshly.
that one
punished.
had about 5 signs that said Payman's Pool around it.
Yeah.
This one doesn't.
there? Does it say
Okay.
public?
No.
Well, should
It's
we
just a pool.
go check it out right now?
Yeah, I think we should check it out, man.
you think he's watching?
I hope not. What else are we gonna do?
I have a towel.
Okay, well, let's
Let's
go.
go.
I'm in.